Another thing that I'll speak to, because it's relevant here, is the early approach that a lot of brands and companies and businesses took to Twitter was very surprising. We didn't expect this, but we love it. These brands like Comcast was one of the very first ones, a cable company in the US. They were monitoring Twitter search for any mentions of their brand. And there was a very popular blogger who was complaining that his cable was out. And he has a very influential blog, and he said, I can't believe my cable's out again. Tomorrow I'm going to write a blog post that just totally slams Comcast, and it's going to be the #1 Google search forever for how bad Comcast is. Comcast saw the tweet, responded within about 15 minutes and said, what seems to be the problem? Maybe we should send a van out to your house. And within 40 minutes, they had a van at his house fixing his cable. The next day, the blog post was, Comcast has the best customer service on the planet. And they totally, it was a perfect example. And then we saw all these other brands using it. And the way we're seeing them use it is as a hybrid between customer service and marketing. And they're doing a little bit of both, and they're interacting with customers. And the customers are seeing that they're on there. I'll get on a JetBlue plane, and I'll say, getting on a JetBlue plane. And I'll get a direct message back from JetBlue that says, hey, try the smoked almonds. They're great. We just added them. And I'm like, the plane just twittered me back. That's cool. And I think people have that kind of, they're feeling that connection to the brands through that simple text message. So the other thing that's interesting about that is it's not just big brands. I was in New York City and I took this photo. I saw there was a little bakery that said, if you follow us on Twitter, when the cookies come out warm from the oven, we'll let you know. And people will rush over and buy all the cookies. And for this little bakery, they're like, hey, we just sold all our cookies. We can go home. That's it. We've seen this over and over again. There's a pie shop in San Francisco. And we actually spoke to the person who runs operations there. They were having a little bit of a problem because the pies are fresh, and people will come in, they'll buy a delicious apple pie, and then they'll come back a week later and they'll say, I want that apple pie. And they'll say, we don't have apple pie today, we have cherry pie, because cherry pie is what's fresh, and then they would leave without a pie. So instead, they say, here's the fresh pie of the day to all the people who are following them on Twitter. And what's resulted is a 15 to 20% increase in revenue because people are coming in saying, oh yeah, we should get a pie. And that's true for any small business. What I love about this is that you can have a chalkboard and a mobile phone and you're in business with Twitter. And you don't have to spend a lot of money, you don't have to spend any money, and you can stay connected to your local customers that way. So that's something that's very much interesting to us.